Hey girl, hey, I hope you're having a great day and happy Self-Care Saturday. So on this week, we are going to just talk about how saying yes to healing has changed my life, and how I hope that you say yes to healing for yourself as well. So, healing wasn't always an easy thing for me to do, to be honest, but it has been one of the best things that I could have ever done for myself. Healing has helped me, like I've said before, love and care for myself, and have different perspectives, and just really get to know myself on a deeper level than I have ever known. And with that being said, I just wanted to kind of touch on, previously I've mentioned about how I've healed through, my loveless childhood and things like that. So I just kind of wanted to take that conversation a little step further in saying how, that loveless childhood ended up bringing me to having some really toxic relationships with other people, including lovers and such. So, what happens in your childhood really forges the way for how you react and live in your adult life, right? And even accepting some things in your adult life, because honestly, going through what I did in my childhood, what then I accepted in my adulthood was like normal. So I didn't think that things were bad for those red flags, because it was just kind of normal in my life. So parts of me from time to time would say to myself, or even to another person, and say like, call the situation out of, I'm not feeling loved, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. And I was really hoping that conversation and stuff would help inspire others to change and show up for me in a better way. And it's not only for me, but even for themselves. But unfortunately, what I have come to learn in this whole process is you can't force anybody to do anything. You can't force a loved one, a friend, a lover, anything, to do anything that they're not truly ready to do. And as much as I try to inspire and to say different things, hoping that they would essentially choose me and choose to change, that really, it never happened, right? So I kind of stuck around in situations waiting for people to change, and hoped that I would see a different person if I just, maybe shared some of my feelings. But unfortunately, it kind of fell on deaf ears, and those changes never happened. So I say that to say this: if you are in a situation, right, if you're in a relationship, a friendship, whatever type of ship that you are currently in, and you are feeling the same way that I'm explaining, where, you kind of feel that that's not the situation that you want to be in, right? You're not feeling seen, heard, loved, honored, whatever. So you're not feeling that. And even though that you do say things, the actions aren't reciprocated back to you. If that is you, if I'm talking to you today, I highly suggest for you to get out. Especially if you are in a relationship with somebody, hoping that that person is going to change. Marriage or not, it doesn't matter, because you can't make another person change, and you can be wasting a lot of years waiting for something to be different and nothing to ever change. And then you just get disgruntled, you get resentment, you get more depressed, and you kind of like even take it on as like what are you doing wrong? But no, it is nothing that you are doing wrong. So don't look at it as something that you need to fix on your end. Maybe you do need to do your healing and things like that, but at the same time, we attract what we are, not what we want. Okay, so we can say that, you know, this person, that we want this person to change and show up differently. Oh, hold on one second here. Sorry. So we can say different things, but at the same time, like if that person doesn't want to change their life and how they show up for you, there's nothing that you're going to be able to do. So instead of being disappointed, waiting, hoping that something is going to change, I would start choosing yourself first. Choosing your happiness over somebody else's. Because essentially, when you are waiting, hoping that the situation's going to change, you're really only hurting yourself. Because the other person seems to be getting what they need out of the situation, right? But you're the one who is wanting more than what they're able to offer you. So instead of waiting and holding on to something that they can't give you at this time, I highly, highly suggest for you to get out of that situation, start healing your traumas and things that you need to work on for yourself so you can become your best version and start living the life that you want. And then once you heal and start living the life that you want, then essentially you will attract something different in your life. But you can't attract something different if you're not willing to do the work. And, you know, you may say, well, you know, yes, I am currently single. I am not, you know, looking to get into any other relationships or anything like that until I attract the right person, right? So I'm just not rushing anything. I am doing my healing work. I am living my life. I am working on the things that I need to do for my business, for my life, and to get me where I need to be. And that's just where my priority is right now, because I want to become the best version of myself, not only for me, but for my children, and just be able to live the best life I can, no matter if I am single or not. So that's just where I'm at, and I refuse to be with somebody who I am not compatible with, right? Because, you know, some people just, you know, accept the situation because they don't want to be alone, but really they're dying inside every day because they're lonely, or they're not, you know, they don't feel loved or chosen or honored or seen by the people that are in their lives, you know? So instead of feeling that way, you can take the control back yourself and start loving yourself and caring for yourself. And that is what healing has done for me, has given me the power, the knowledge, all of that, to really just love and care for myself and be the best person I can be for myself. Because if you don't love yourself and you can't be the best person for you, then essentially you're not going to be able to attract something good in your life, regardless if it's a friend, a lover, a husband, you know, like a husband or whatever, you know. So it is very essential that you do this work, so then you can attract the friend group that you want. You can attract the lover that you want, you know, and all of that. Because I mean, it's How you do one thing is kind of how you do everything, right? So if you're showing up where you're not feeling worthy, or you're not feeling confident, or, you're just accepting anything just to have somebody, then you are going to forever have a bit of a problem, because you're never going to feel fulfilled. You're never going to feel truly loved. You may feel it for a certain period of time, or you may feel it may come in a roller coaster where certain times you do and then certain times you don't, and then you're just like, you hold on to those times where you do really high, so that's what you're holding on to. But let me tell you, if it's not consistent, it's not good. Okay. If it's not, I'm not saying every day is going to be peaches and cream, but if there's more down days than up days, then that's not for you. And that's just what you really have to be more than willing to see and say, okay, I am no longer going to be accepting this from others, right? I'm not going to accept people who just want to give me the bare minimum, or, really not give me the time or day or respect or anything that I deserve. So I say that, and I really hope that it sinks in, and that you really, truly start choosing you over other people. Because once you start choosing you, you show up so much more differently for your kids, for everybody, right? But more so for yourself too, because once you start showing up for yourself more, and you really truly start doing the things that make you happy, you just shine a little bit brighter, you smile a little bit more, everything is just better. And unfortunately, you have to create your own happiness, right? No money, no love, nothing outside of you is going to make you happy. We've seen that so many different times, and even people who have been famous have, seemed to have it all, right? All of the riches and fame and love and all of that, for them to commit suicide because they're just truly not happy. Because money can't buy happiness if you're not happy. Money can give you a little bit more peace and stuff like that, but you truly have to work on the happiness within yourself in order for you to have peace and joy and just the simple happiness of life. So I hope this inspires you to think a little differently, and to maybe take that journey of healing and becoming the best version of yourself. And so I love you, and take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye.